everybody, this is Sam, the Frugal Hugel gardener, and I'm standing outside first thing in the morning with some Shadecloth. What I need to do is I need to put some grommets in my Shadecloth so I could go ahead and install them in my garden. So I got some grommets, both top and bottom, and I got myself some little ribbon material here, and I got Shadecloth. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little piece of ribbon over here, just fold it over. I could kind of judge the distance, give it a little cut. Now I'm gonna grab the end. I'm gonna do the four corners first. There's a reason for that. I'll get to it in a minute. Okay, gotta unroll it a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a top and a bottom grommet and just put it in here. You can see it just clips up. This is magnetized, and you put it on the bottom and they hold in there really good. Now I'm gonna take this material right here and just fold it over the Shadecloth like that. Now I'm gonna take this grommet, I'm going to slip it over the material. Like that, just so it hits the back over here. There, now I got it nice and firm, and I'm gonna squeeze. Just squeeze it in like that. And this grommet is on there nice and secure, hopefully, right there. So, I got these two sides done. That's the corners. Now I'm going to tackle these two right here. So I'm just going to fold this over a little bit, give it a cut, give it another cut. Okay, I got two pieces of that. Once again, I got my grommets. I'm going to put it right in here and right in here. That's it, they're in place. Gonna roll this out. Okay, so I got that right over here on the end. Okay, now I'm holding it in the crimper like that. I'm squeezing it tight, and then I open it. And that is done right there. Okay, so I have these on the crimper. Do the same thing, roll this out. I had these rolled up over the winter. I cut them last season, so have to roll them out. Okay, that's on there like that. Put it all the way in and squeeze. Just like that. That's on there. Okay, so now that I have this done, I have to put it along the edges. Remember, when I put it up on the framing, you got to put bungee in here and it's got to stretch. So you need it all the way down the sides as well. So if you want, you can stretch this out, measure it with a tape ruler, have a hard time. It's ridiculous, and some of these lengths might be stretched out more or not, and you're never going to be even down the side. But if you take these two right here, see what I got right here? I got this and this. So if I take this and I stretch it out, see right here, I got this end too. Now you know that that's right in the center. This is in the center. So what I'm gonna do, once again, I'm gonna cut me a piece of this right here. Gonna take a top and a bottom. Okay, put them in there. Now right here in the center, I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna put this right here, just like that. And now I'm going to crimp. Now this is exactly in the center of the two ends. And that's what you want. You want a center one, you want your end ones. Now that you have that, you just want to take this, fold it in. Okay, right here, you got the center right here. You got the middle and the end, and you got the center. Just pull it. There's a center. So you want to do all this over again. Get this ready to clip on. Cut yourself a little piece of material. Fold it over. Right here like that. Squeeze it. Now if you look, that's in the center. You got the middle, the end, and the center. So what do you do again? You just take these two, you fold it over like that. Goes a lot quicker, and it's a lot more accurate to do it like this than to try to measure everything out. Because if you put marks on the table and try to measure it, you're always going to be off a little bit. And since I have a whole bunch of squares to do, I want to do it as fast as I could possibly do it. Like an assembly line. Okay, so right here, just crimp it. So here, don't that look even right there? Now, from the middle one to this one, you want to do the same thing. You want to fold it. Now, if you want these pieces all the same, go ahead and measure it. Put a line on the table. Put a piece of tape on table, mark a line, and these will be all even. Okay, so we'll take this right here in the center, fold it over. Okay, just like that, squeeze. Okay, there you go. From the end to there, can you see they're even? Now, we're not done. You gotta do the same thing. You gotta take this, because we only did 1/2 of one side. There's 4 sides. So, gonna take this, stretch it out. Gonna take this, and if you want to measure it, just here, I could look at this scissor and do it from there to the screw on the scissor right there. You see that, from the tip to that bolt, and I know that's about the size right there. So I do have a visual. Now, let's go ahead and put these in here. Okay, I got that center line. If you mess up and get one uneven, it really doesn't matter. You just put in another one. And the thing with these are, if you get one of these that pull out, you could just put another one right on the side, because the grommets go, the bungee cord goes around a pipe, so you could have one all over the place. And if you find it sagging somewhere, you can put another one right. You could put as many as you want going across. But I find out that by spacing them like this, it works out for my need. Okay, so that's on there. So now we're just going to get the center point over here, just by taking this like this and got the center. Wrap this around. Okay, so this is in there, just squeeze. I'm just going to do one side on video, and then I'll do all the rest off. I just want to show you how you get them even. Now you got the middle right here. Okay, this is the last one for this one side. There's 4 sides, so I got to do every side. But I'm only going to do this one side on the video. And then I'll show you how I put them up. I got videos down below of me putting the grommets on. I have videos down below of me putting the Shadecloth up when I first fabricated the framing, but I'll include it in this video too, because I have to put up sections that I haven't had up already. Okay, right here. Another thing that I'm going to put in this video is when I have a big roll of bungee cord. You could buy them pre-made with the loops on them, but they're expensive. And I need a few hundred of them. So I bought a big roll, and I have to cut them. And then I have to put them in a little knob that I make out of PVC pipe. So when it loops through, it clings on it. You'll see that later. So when you cut bungee cord, the ends are gonna fringe. You can't just take a scissor and cut it unless you take a lighter and you singe it. Well, I took a board and I made a wire cutter on the board, and I hook it up to a power supply. Then I can just take the bungee cord like this and just touch it to the wire, and it cuts and it cauterizes it so it doesn't unwind. I'll show you how I made that and how easy it cuts, and I'll show you how I make the bungee cords for this. It'll save you a lot of money, and they work great. Okay, so you can see right here, these are all spaced out evenly going across the whole side, just like that. So I got to take this and come on this side, and you'll notice on your Shadecloth there's a red line right here. Well, this Shadecloth has a red line because that's when you roll out 300 feet, this is the long side. And then the side that you cut does not have a red line, so you could cut it whatever length you want, you could cut it, but the width is always going to be the same. So the width I got specifically for what I needed on my framing. You could get any width you want. And then the length, they sell it 300-foot lengths. This is not the eBay stuff. eBay stuff, you go like this, it's gonna rip. This is solid. This is the stuff I got from a greenhouse supply company in Apopka. The link's down below. I recommend this if you're within driving distance of Central Florida. This is what you want. There may be other greenhouse supply companies across America that's close to you, but get the good quality stuff. If you click on the link below, it takes you to a PDF file. I got description with links to the product, and you can see the mill of it, and you can see how durable it is. So anyway, with that said, let me go ahead and finish all this up. I may not get it done today, but when I get all this finished up, then I'm going to go ahead and do the bungee cord, and then I'm going to go ahead and install, and I'll include it in this video. Back at you. Okay, hey, so I'm back. I went ahead and finished up all the grommets on this and wanted to show you how I go about making my bungee cord. So I have a spool of bungee cord. This is 500 feet. You can see it stretches. I got a power supply right here. On the power supply, I have 2 clips, and I have a board over here. And on this board, I put some bolts in with some wing nuts so I could tighten it down. And you can see right over here, there's some wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the positive and negative right here. So this should be heating up. Now here's a little sample of what I had here. So this is what I want to do. I just want to take a piece of cord, measure it, and this is the length that I had right here. And if I do it on the line right here, I got a line on the board, it matches. So I'm just going to take this, see, it smoked, it cut, and it's cauterized. Do you see that? So now this is not going to unravel. So to do mass production, I got it to where I can just measure where that line is. I can just take it like this and cut them. And I'm going to sit here and do all of them. But basically I'm going to show you, there's it done. So you want to take one side, put it through here. Well, first off, I have a whole bucket over here of PVC pipe that I cut. Then I drilled a hole. Initially I was going with thicker, so this hole's a little bigger than what I need for this. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to show you what I do. Is I pull this through, and you put a little knot on this side, put a little knot on that side. Okay, so there's 2 knots on your bungee cord, and you just pull. So there you go, just like that. Now, this bungee cord is going to go ahead and go through the grommet. It's going to go around the pipe like that. And it's going to hold on just like that. And then when the wind blows, it's got a little bit of stretch. You see that stretch? When I had this thicker one here, there was hardly any stretch. So the thinner it works out better. So what I need to do is I need to drill holes in all these right here. I cut these with a tabletop saw, so they're the same length. And now upstairs I have a drill press, and I'm going to drill holes in all of these. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bunch of this. So to do that, just go ahead and keep measuring and cutting like this. Okay, so you can see, you go ahead and you cut a lot of these to the same length off of the big roll. And I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of them because each one takes a lot. So I'm going to do this whole roll. Probably going to need more pipe, but then I'll go drill these holes in there. Then I'll put these together. I still have to finish making a bunch more of these. I got them cut, but I got to put the grommets in, and I'm out here in the sun sweating, so I'm not going to finish that today. It's going to take a long time. I'd rather do it on an overcast day. These I have to cut outside because when you cut them, if you watch closely, you can see, watch closely and you see the smoke. See that smoke? Well, it also smells, so you want to do it outside be good to set up a fan to get it to go that way because there's no breeze out here. So I think I'm gonna go get my fan to create a little breeze. So anyway, there you go. I showed you how to install the grommets. I showed you how I cut my bungee cord, how I use PVC. So the next process is we'll just go ahead and put it up. So here's a close-up. I put a bolt in here, and I put a bolt there, and one in the middle. There's wing nuts on top that press down, that holds this wire. And you can see right here, it's a copper, stainless steel fishing wire. It works out really good. These are the type here that you just go ahead and use for fishing. You can use Katara wire or whatever you want. But multi-strand works better. You can make the wire as long as you want, but it has to be stretched real tight because it'll buckle. So I just need this little piece right there. Okay, it also works great for cutting this ribbon. So right here I'm gonna measure. I'm gonna take this ribbon and watch it cut. See how fast it cut that ribbon? And it cauterized the end. Well, I'll do it again. Just take the ribbon, and it works like that. So you could use this to do a lot. It'll cut styrofoam, plastic. It cut a lot of stuff, and it cauterizes it. So you want to use it for anything that's gonna unravel, or where you want a straight line. So anyway, I thought I would show you that you could use it for a number of things. So, and it's always good to mark. So since I want these all the same length, I could just go one after the other, just by basically doing this, like this. See how quickly that goes? I think that's in the video here. Let me slide this out a little bit more. See how quickly this goes? Now, whatever you do, don't touch that with your finger. It will burn your finger in 1 second. Okay, that didn't take long. This whole pile is done right here. You can see right there, I got all that done. Now I can just go ahead and concentrate on doing my ribbon over here. So you can see in a short period of time you could get a bunch done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go drill a couple of holes in these, show you how that's done, and then we'll put some of these together and we'll go and install one just so I can get this video done. I think when I continue this, I'm going to go on the other side of the garage where there's shade and do it in the shade. But for the video, I got to be in the sun, otherwise the video will be dark. So anyways, let's get going. Okay, so I'm upstairs in front of my drill press, and I'm gonna drill some holes in this. You want just enough where you could get the bungee cord to go in like that, so you could put it in double on this way and that way and pull it out. but you don't want it too big, because when you put those knots and you pull up, you want those knots to stay in there. So this looks perfect. So using a pair of pliers, because you don't want to hold this with your fingers, because it'll wrap around and you'll cut your finger. So just by doing it like this, do a hole. Okay, so I think I got enough to where I could go ahead and do what I want to show you. So let's get going. Okay, so here I am outside again. I got the sun beating down on me, and I just want to show you how it's done. So basically, you're just going to go ahead and pull these in, put the knots on them. And as soon as I get this done, we're going to go over there, and I'm going to show you how good these work by making your own. They're better than the ones you get in the store, those round balls. So just put a little knot. Doesn't have to be super tight, just enough to where it grips like that, and pull it in like that. Everything's a little time consuming. So if you don't need as many as I'm using, there was an 860, there's 32 go to one piece like that. So go to the store and see how much 32 of these for one square is going to cost you. And then you'll be doing it this way too. It's a lot cheaper, and I think it's better. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm out here in the garden. Let's go ahead and install this. Relatively simple. Just take one of these and slip it through like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want to do this side, and then I could pull it up and it doesn't drag and hit my vegetables. So I'm doing the high side first. If I would have did that side first, it would have dragged on my plants and probably broke them. Okay, now that I got all 4 done, I'm just going to grab this in the center. And just put it through like that. If a hurricane was coming, they come off just as fast as you put them on. Now do the center on the side. Okay, you get the idea, so let me show you. Okay, so basically I put the bungee cord going across this side and the back side. In the center right here, I just put one for now, but they're gonna get it going all along the sides, so it would be square. And that's it. It's way up above my head. It gives instant shade. If you look over here at my shadow in the sun, and then you look over here at the shade, look at the difference. This is sun right here, see my shadow? And that shade, see the difference right there? That 30% difference from being in the sun to the shade right here makes all the difference in the world on the way your plants grow, how healthy they stay, and how good the fruit comes out. So anyways, with that said, I have to do all of my garden all the way around, so I have a lot more to do. I'm not going to finish today, but that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Show me some love, give me a like, subscribe, come on over to Facebook, check out my page, and sign up to our Facebook group, Sunshine Harvest Edibles. And it's a good group of people on there. We got a lot of posts. We'll help you out. Hope to see you there. Later.